All right, guys. So something that we've been speculating about for a long time, really throughout this whole offseason, was what are the Jaguars going to do with Laviska Shenault? Is he going to be a guy that Doug Peterson finds a role for? Is he going to be somebody that the Jaguars can basically trade to another team? Or is he someone that the Jaguars just have to flat out cut? Well, the answer is that the Jaguars traded him ahead of the 53-man roster deadline. They traded him to the Panthers for a day 3 pick. Now, the trade details aren't out yet. The trade details are unknown, but I would say at the very, very best, the most optimistic thing we got for him would be a 4th-round pick. At worst, a 7th-round pick. I'm thinking hopefully a 5th-round pick is what I'm hoping for Laviska Shenault. Now, when you look back, he was a part of the 2020 draft class, which turned out to be a horrible draft class for the Jaguars. Dave Caldwell's final season as GM just kind of took a dump on the city of Jacksonville. Took CJ Henderson, number 9 overall, and then he went out there and got K'Lavon Chaisson at pick number 20, I believe. 2nd round, they drafted Laviska Shenault, and then finally Devon Hamilton. And 2 of these guys just happened to be on the Panthers. So those are our first 2-day picks. Chaisson hasn't really found himself yet, and Devon Hamilton's still waiting to break out a little bit at nose guard. So, man, interesting. Now, a lot of people had different opinions about Laviska Shenault. If you guys have watched my channel, you know that I'm just not a huge fan of Laviska Shenault. I'm not doubting his just his physicality and some of the good things that he does. But when I looked at him, look, he's a powerful guy. He's very good at getting like yards after the catch. He's very good at breaking tackles. He's had some impressive plays where he's been able to, break loose from some guys. But what does he not do very well? Well, he's not fast. He's not a very good route runner. He has really bad hands. He can't do punt returns. We saw him embarrass himself in the preseason. And he's not a special teamer. So when I'm out there looking, okay, what can we use Laviska Shenault to do? Like, what kind of role can the Jaguars carve out for him? It's hard to find a role. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to give it to him on bubble screens? Okay, we can do bubble screens, but if you're being honest with me, I'd rather give it to somebody fast on bubble screens. I'd rather give it to Jamal Agnew or something like that, or maybe even Travis Etienne, somebody that actually, Christian Kirk, somebody who actually has some speed. You can give it to him on like slant routes, but it's like, is this really what he's subjected to? Slant routes and bubble screens. He's had a handful of plays where he's caught the ball downfield, but he's not like a separator. Usually he's catching balls through traffic. I don't know. I didn't really like him, and I know I got a lot of hate for it. But that was just kind of my opinion about him. A lot of people, oh gosh, I just couldn't stand use him like Deebo Samuel. He's not Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel is fast. Deebo Samuel gets open. Deebo Samuel is extremely versatile. Laviska Shenault can break tackles. That's pretty much it. And I don't know, when you look at him for Colorado, he looked pretty good, but like with the Jaguars, he just looks slow. I don't know about his work ethic. I don't know anything like that. So I don't know. It was just hard for me to, people would ask me, what would you do with him? I didn't know. I just said, I don't know what kind of role you carve out for him. Now that he's on the Panthers, I imagine they're probably going to use him probably as running back. They'll probably use him between wide receiver, running back a little bit. Not Deebo Samuel, but they'll probably use them interchangeably just because, they're not as deep in a running back room. I'd say we could use them as running back, but look, we have Etienne and James Robinson. We're good. Those guys are getting all my carries, and I'm hoping none of them get injured because I don't like any of the other running backs on the roster right now. I imagine maybe the Jaguars try to find a running back during the maybe over the next couple days, maybe on the waiver wires, maybe they trade a pick. Who knows? Maybe they try to find a cheap guy. Now, when you look at the Jaguars receiving room, like who's left right now? You have Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, and Jamal Agnew. Those are the guys that are locked. So it leaves 2 positions open. Now, one guy that a lot of people are suspecting to make the roster is wide receiver Tim Jones, who had a really good preseason and training camp for the Jaguars. Another guy that I don't know if I would use a roster spot on him, but one guy that could be good is Willie Johnson, mainly just because he was a beast on punt returns. I mean, he never took one to the house, but he's a sure-handed guy, who could be back there. Another guy the Jaguars just cut today, Laquan Treadwell. I don't know if it's like, hey, yo, you want to come back? That one was a little interesting to me, especially because I don't know if this Laviska Shenault thing just came out of nowhere or there was a trade on the table. I don't know if the Panthers called us up today and said, hey, we want Leviska, and then maybe we cut Treadwell too early. I don't know. But I'd imagine he's going to find his way back on the roster. He was a guy I probably thought was going to be on the practice squad. So I don't know when it comes to the wide receiver room. I would think it's going to be Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Agnew, Tim Jones, and Treadwell. That would probably be my projection. Now, yeah, this was an interesting one. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I know opinions are definitely split on Laviska Shenault. You guys know me personally. I wasn't, out there fighting for the guy. I wish him best. I don't dislike Laviska Shenault. I just didn't know. It was just hard for me to find a role for him on the Jaguars. And it looks like, there was some trade talk really earlier, like in the offseason, like even before the draft was going on, about him potentially getting traded. You get the feeling that Doug Peterson probably wanted to take a look at him, brand new on a team. You want to see kind of what you have on the roster and whether you think a guy is going to fit to your scheme or whether you want to release him or trade him or whatever. And Laviska Shenault proved that, look, like I don't think Doug Peterson really found his way to kind of carve out a role for him on this team. So, yeah, today is Monday. Tomorrow, the roster will be down to 53 players. Something to look out for. The Jaguars have number one priority on the waiver wire until week 3 of the NFL season. So, anybody that you see the Jaguars get waived, there's a difference between waived and cut. If a guy gets waived, the Jaguars can have first right to claim him. Some positions to look out for, maybe running back, maybe wide receiver. I don't know if they try to go out there and do that. Linebacker could be one to look out for. So some different things to kind of look out for as we head into the NFL season. Guys, we're 13 days away. How exciting. But as I end this video, yeah, definitely let me know. What do you guys think of the trade? Are you happy Laviska Shenault is gone? Do you think that we should have tried to find a better role for him? Do you think if we get a day 3 pick, are you happy with it? I'd definitely like to know. So with all that said, I appreciate all you guys for watching. Drop a like on the way out. Go Jags.
Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars, too much for your crew to handle. Keep it lit, and this is the #1 YouTube channel by UCF Jaguar. Yeah, we about to blast off. If you've been a fan, then this is the dopest platform. Yeah, never hold back. Gotta represent for the teal and black.